Another video tonight. Second one for the stretch of the night. So let's give people time to join on really quick. And hold on a second. I'm going to go ahead and share this on Facebook as well, so those who don't get the message can see it on there. So just about done posting it on Facebook. Come on, publish, publish, publish. Sometimes it takes so long for it to publish. It just drives me crazy. All right, so now let's go ahead and check out the video. Do a volume check. Come on, publish, publish, publish. All right, the volume sounds good. So let's go ahead and see who's on with us. So we're going to go ahead and open up Rattlor from the Origins line. Now, I don't have a Rattlor from the 80s anymore. I used to have all the Snake Men at one time, but I have sold off many. In fact, I only have him because I wanted to make a video on the old 80s line of him shooting fire out of his mouth. He's the only Snake Man I still have left. And I don't have any more of the 2000X Snake Men either because I also sold all of those as well. So I do have my classics though, because you guys know classics are my favorite. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Oh, I almost forgot to turn my lights on. Hold on, let me turn these lights on. On. There we go. They do not look very bright in all this bright light. Anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. So, on the back of the box, they have some really cool artwork that looks amazing. And they show how you can change his head to make it longer and how he can move around and other figures in the line. And again, like I've said, on every single figure in this line so far, this particular wave, I don't understand how Boltman fits into being part of the Snake released line, because we have, of course, Rattlor and Cobra Khan. They're Snake Men, and we have anti-Snake Man. They should call it anti-armor He-Man, or anti-Snake armor He-Man. Why do they call it Snake armor? If it was Snake armor, you'd think it would have scales made of snake skin. You know, like it would have the scales coating him all over, being that his armor is made out of snake material, not that he is wearing armor to defend himself against snakes. Hey Jamie, thanks for joining us. All right, so on the front of the box, you can see it's got the cool snake scales on the figure right here, and then it has the Snake Men sticker, and it says Rattlor and has the snake on the top. There's the full box right there, so you guys can see what it looks like. And let's go ahead and rip this open. Rip it open! They all yell from the internet. Tear it open! Alright, we will do that. So let's go ahead and get him out of his plastic cocoon. Oh, he first comes with the comic. Same comic you've seen on the other figures released in this line. And it is Boltman, basically. And there he is. And you can see he shoots bolts out of his hand. Does not shoot bolts from his back by throwing them like it shows in the back of the figure box. And it looks like the Snake Man has some kind of serum he's throwing down, which does something. Don't know what. I guess makes a smoke screen so they can vanish, I'm guessing. Okay, alright. Well, that was fun. I thought the words, I have no clue. Let's see how he separates. Hey, Unicron. Yeah. I don't know why it doesn't. Yeah, just see if you can click the bell or something. That might help, but I'm not sure why it doesn't alert you. Looks like his head, his arms, his waist, and his boots are removable. Looks like his tail's going to be hollow, which does not surprise me because the original toy was that way, but I was hoping for something cooler with the new update. All right, so let's go ahead and get him out of the rest of his plastic here. And it looks like he has those little things you actually use, a little gun to stick on there, as opposed to being rubber bands. Let's just snap them out of there. There we go. I know, I should take the time to cut them off. Now, somebody mentioned to shake my figure last time, so let's shake them. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your snake figure. Shake your Snake Man. Anyway, so he sounds like a rattle. Hence his name, Rattlor. So this is his special. Maybe you guys can hear that or not. All right, there we go. And he has an extra extending neck piece to make his neck look longer. And he has his cool staff, which never fit on their hands right. I mean, if you turn it this way, his thumb's in the way. I guess is how you would do it. I guess something like that, so his thumb's up and under. Yep, I guess that's it right there. That's how you stick it on. And he's sporting the short legs, which is funny. We're going to mess around with playing around with his legs and swapping with other figures in a few minutes to see what that looks like. And he has his tail, and I'm guessing once you snap it on, it may be hard to take back off, but let's go ahead and put it on anyway. There it is. Snap, pop. And let's go ahead and grab Man-at-Arms. And you can see Man-at-Arms is getting ready to wail on the snake guy. Rattlor! Huh. And just as Man-at-Arms thinks he has the upper hand, shoop, his neck stretches out at a super fast speed and strikes. Of course, it wasn't very super fast because I had to, pull his head off and then stick it back on. So, anyway, the paint scheme has always been cool. I like all the blue and the yellow on him. It's funny. One time my wife painted the walls yellowish color inside our house, and it was about the same color as the original Rattlor. And when I realized that, I went back and repainted mine because he had scratch marks all over his chest right here where he sticks out with the paint my wife was using to paint the walls. Like, that's perfect. And so now they did have a version back in the that had a red neck too. But it's funny, the back should be red. As you can see with our classics version. I don't remember the 80s one. Okay, I guess it's time to pull up the 80s one. Let's take a look. All right. Sorry, you guys. You guys get the phone today instead of the iPad. Oh, I don't have a browser on here. No, how could I not have a browser on my phone? Well, my granddaughter keeps playing with it. Oh, I got Safari. That will work. Okay. So, let's see. Rattlor. It says Rattlor. Stop fixing my spelling, Siri. I know what I'm doing. All right, so you can find one from the 80s. Oh, okay. Here's a complete vintage one right here. And I guess his neck is completely yellow. Look at that. I guess I was incorrect. I wasn't sure. I didn't quite remember. I could have sworn there was some that had like a red somewhere on them. Okay. Well, anyway, I wish they would have made the action feature actually come out, because being his torso was so tall in this figure like the original toy was. The original toy was so tall because it had to store the neck inside of there. So there's no reason to make it so tall for this one. But let's have some fun here. Let's go ahead and use this guy because he has red legs. I'm sure if I searched around further, I could probably find some other figure with red legs, but we'll just use this one just because it's quick and easy. Let's go ahead and tear his legs off. No! This poor guy gets most of the rough damage. And now if you put regular size legs on him, now he's a force to be reckoned with. Because now he is taller than the average figure. See there? See how cool that is? We'll put his legs on this guy, make him look extra short. See, now we got a midget figure here. Because he's actually shorter now than other masters. So, that'd be such a cool way to make a deluxe figures, is just use this larger torso and just give us regular sized legs. All right, I'll put them back. Does that belt come off? Nope. How weird. Look at that. You can see how the belt's made, but it does not come off. Nope. Now I dropped his staff of power. Staff of power. Okay. So that's the fun thing about Rattlor is he has a short stubby legs, so you could do some creative customizing and make short figures or make Rattlor tall if you were to find some legs that would work. But, you know, to get that cool paint job, that's something else. Hot dog staff. All right, so let's see. There's, oh, I know I was going to talk about the armor. The armor. So the classics did not come with the armor on the Rattlor. As you can see, both these have armor on them. And what's cool was the armor came in a separate weapons pack, so I took advantage of it. I took these DC figures before they gave us the snake guards, and I used the snake heads from the guards eventually because we got them. But at first, I just would take and sand out the guy's head that used to be inside there, and then put it back on there, and then take the Rattlor armor we got in the weapons pack and just throw them on there. I think this guy's name was Copperhead. That's what I think the figure was called. And to mix it up a little bit, I used the two different snake guard heads, which actually matched well. You can see the two different shades of yellowish, and this one matches the front, and this one matches his shoulders. But it's a quick way to make some fast snake guards for snake men for, you know, the heroes to capture, knock down, or whatever. And so here's another one of the heads that I sanded out myself. Went a little crazy and accidentally took out a little too much material in there. But that was cool. So where do you get this armor? Because obviously people want to use this armor now on the new Rattlor. So the way you get it, I will show you, is, there it is, the End of Wars weapon pack. This was a classics weapon pack you could get. Let's go ahead and pull it out of the box so you guys can see what it looks like. Now, I was thinking about just opening up this pack and just using the Rattlor armor in the pack. See, there it is. There is the fancy dancy armor right there in the middle. So what was cool was, at first it was kind of stinky because you had to buy the weapons pack in order to get the armor. But the cool part was, if you wanted to make customs, you could just buy them a weapons pack, which were less than buying figures and wasting them. And you get all these extra armor pieces too, like the gun you need, the cool mace, extra parts, you know, the spin blade extra parts for, I used to use them with, Horde Prime, because they're black. And then, of course, you got a Cowl the Owl, which I had a ton of for a while, that I sold most of them on eBay. Oh, look at the cool figures that came out. The Mighty Spectator. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take one of these guys' armor off and put it on this guy and see how it looks. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You're the guy I'm going to steal the armor from. Oh, no. Now, to make it fit better, I crossed it in the back, just so it fit tighter on this figure. So, as you can see, normally it's not crisscross on the back. It's just flat out. So, we'll see which way it fits better onto the other figure. Just little tricks like that. You can resize things really easily. It's been on that figure for years. All the way down the giraffe neck. And oh, that's a tight fit. That is not going to fit without putting some hot water and stretching it. I could do it. I could take some hot water and stretch this to fit on there. I don't want to, though. I don't want to ruin this armor for my other figure. But you guys could see that you could do that. Just take some hot water and then stretch this thing out on both sides. And then tuck it up underneath there and plug it in place. So his torso is bigger than the classics. Well, of course it is. You can take a look and see that right there. His torso is way bigger than the classics torso. So that's That's funny. All right, let's put it back onto my snake guard that was made from copperhead from the DC line. I know, it's so messed up. I literally sanded the guy's face out of there. Anyway, let me show you what the copperhead looked like before I mutilated his head. Let's see. What was it called? DC Universe. DC Universe Copperhead. Let's see. Images. There he is. See if we'll find a better picture of him. They all look kind of the same. But anyway, here's how he looked. He had this head inside the mask. And that's what I sanded out of the head, was that face. So, yep. I remember taking my Dremel tool and just going to town. The teeth were never that sharp like they show in this. Of course, this right here is probably the figure they used for the design. It's not the real figure they released. It's funny. I bought so many of these copperheads too, and it's weird. It's because the Build-A-Figure came with I think it was the head of head Darkseid. I never say his name right. Anyway, and so the figure goes for a lot of money because of the head of Darkseid or Darkseid is in there in the box, and it's like the figure's not worth that much, but the head is. So it's kind of funny. You'll find quite often that, you know, the head of the figures makes this guy go for a lot. And so anyway, I can't, we only have 3 of them. I could have sworn, oh, I know, the other ones are in a different box. I have more of these copperhead figures. I think I have like 6 of them or something that I have used, which of course means I bought a whole lot of packs of those armor, because I actually still have like 4 or 5 of them unopened on top of it. So, yep. I just kept buying them. I don't know why. It's like I kept thinking, oh, I got to get that for the armor. And before I knew it, I had another and another and another. And now I got a whole shelf full of unopened weapons pack with that armor in it. Is that the way? I crisscrossed it the other way. Let's see if that works any better. Fit. So again, if you want to get this armor, it is the End of Wars weapon packs. That's what you want to look for. Because as you know, there's more than one weapons pack released. And I believe it's one of the last ones released is like the second to last. So it's not as much money as the first ones that were released. The second one was the hardest one to find. It's the one that had the Faker battle axe and all the other cool Faker parts. Faker shield and battle axe. So that one was more difficult because everybody bought it because they wanted that, and they didn't make as many as they should have. I don't have my screwdriver in here, so we'll have to make do with what we have. Ugh. Fit. I should have pulled the armor off the Classics figure instead. Okay. We got this. We have the technology. We can rebuild him. Urgh. Of course, his is coming off too. There we go. And usually I try to stick on one of these shields on there if I can, because he has 2 fists, so you can't really put a lot of weapons on his hands. Kind of makes for a lame snake warrior with 2 fists. The 2-fisted warrior. All right. Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate it. Like I've pointed earlier out in the last video, let me show you. Lights Lights off. See the flames light up too. Ooh, from the castle. But yeah, and I can control them too. See, I can make them red, burp, burp, or white, burp, burp, or yellow, burp, burp. The yellow looks the coolest. And I could make them blue, but it's hard to see in this light because I have blue lights on around me. There's green, red again. I'll put it back to white. Anyway, let me turn the lights back on. I showed it off last video for a long time, so everybody here already saw it. And they're probably like, "You showing those things off again?" Lights on. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I got a whole another video, and tomorrow I will too. All right, back to Rattlor. So, yes, you could probably use the Classics armor. You're going to have to stretch it on there. I've seen some people use the 2000X armor as well. I'm personally not going to keep the Snake Men. I'm probably end up selling them all. They'll probably be on my purge list eventually. I'm just kind of getting them to do the videos and show you guys how cool they are. And if I do decide to keep one, I might. Who knows? My grandson might be like, "Oh, the Snake Men look so cool." So we'll see. If my grandson's Twitter pated with them, then we'll be keeping them. All right, that's all that I have. See, I finished my cheap battle armor, easy Hebrew knockoff. He's my Hebrew. Just need the right weapons, but he looks good. Nice, Jason. That's what I should do. I should bring out battle armor or snake armor He-Man. There we go. That did not work. Okay. Arm up. Out. There we go. Now I can hold the snake at bay while he reaches for his power sword with his left hand, which he's not used to using. And now that he has his sword out, just one good swipe across the neck, whoosh, and chop his head right off. Ooh. Dun dun dun. We are the champions. There you go. See, and that's how it's done. All right. No blood, kids. Yep, no blood. Hey, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that. Anyway, I got to clean up this mess, head downstairs, grab some food, and that is about it. I think I've opened all the figures now that I had sitting around. Well, I still got some other ones too that I need to make videos for, but we'll get around to that when we get around to it. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have that video showing off all the different configurations you can do with the castle floor, or walls, I mean, and floors. And I'll open the wait list tomorrow for those that are excited about buying walls and floors. If you're tired of hearing about walls and floors, I'm sorry. Hopefully it won't be going on too long once I get the wait list open and I start getting orders. So one more day, maybe two tops. All right, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and good journey. Let's see if any questions I missed. Would you be open to doing more Masterverse customs? Not sure, Dylan. Contact me on Facebook. Let me know what you're thinking. Let's see. Oh, Mike. Night, Todd. Night, Mike. He forgot to put his sword in stunt mode. Oh, yes. The stunt mode sword. Yeah, that'd have been cool if they would have had this actually open up. Or have a secondary sword that he came with that was open. And we never got the Snakeman's shield. We told that we might get it with classics in a separate weapons pack, but they killed the line before they gave us this snake armor shield. No, and now we didn't get it with this figure either. Paper towel rolls. Now Unicron, there was a guy just talking to me just last week, and he's thinking about using getting like a bunch of rocks or pieces from the craft store, and then stacking them all himself, making his own walls, and then using that baking putty like Sculpey and putting it all between for mortar and then cooking it in the oven. It's like, that's a really cool idea. So, there's just things you can do yourself, man. You don't have to just buy my stuff. You can also make your own cool customs too and have fun with it. The thickness of this floor is 0.8, so you can even get some wood and have it milled down to 0.8 or something else, and make some cool stuff yourselves. So, just some ideas. I mean, I love making stuff, as you guys know, but it's cool too, and people show me the stuff they've made. I mean, there's some really cool designs I've seen out there that have been pretty impressive for both Castle Grayskull parts and everything else too. So, yep, you don't have to just only do my stuff. It's cool. You can do your own too, or do something totally completely different. Take your Grayskull and use the other piece and make all 4 walls. I can't get this together. See, when you put it together correctly, it has a channel for it to go in, and that's why it goes in a lot easier. But you put it together wrong, without ruining the armor, you don't get the channel. I don't know. It looks. I don't like it so loose though. I like the crisscross applesauce. See, Mattel showed me as a deluxe figure. I would have loved to press the button and feel it just go shunk like it used to do in the 80s. That was such a cool feature. It was actually fun to headbutt people and ooh, and you'd hit it and just knock guys back. I mean, they made Ram Man do his battle feature. Why not this guy? I mean, Mechanic, okay, I could see, maybe not, but this he was the headbutter. Yeah. That was cool. No squirt, no headbutt. Anyway, I'll stop complaining today. Yeah, the wolf shield's a good idea. All right. Anyway, until next time, good journey. I'm going to go enjoy something to eat, and I will see you guys next video. Let me kill the lights one more time because it's so cool. Lights off. Okay. Oh. It's like my light has to be charged too. It's just about dead. It kind of gives it kind of a cool, ominous kind of look to it. Boom, 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 boom. Ominous lighting. Anyway, bye now. Good journey.